Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I was listening to music for a quick little second. We're going to be reading Only Love Can Hurt Like This by Paige Toon. This is the cover. We're going to be reading chapter 8, which is page... Sorry, my tabs aren't sticky anymore, so they keep falling. We're going to be reading chapter 8, page 77. Okay, so it says, I return home to Dad and Cheryl's to find Bailey's car in the driveway. She's only a day and a half late. I'm not in the mood for her lively character tonight, or chatter tonight. I wish I could say that I'm only grumpy because I'm hungry and the dinner smells wafting through the cracks in the doorway aren't helping. But I've been feeling flat ever since Andres drove away. I determinedly shove him out of my mind and press the doorbell, irritated that I left my key behind. Bailey answers. Hi, she exclaims, her smile wide and bright. Hi, I can't control my less than enthusiastic sounding reply. Her mom was doing a roast, and I couldn't resist. I was gonna say resistate. She says. I step over the threshold, shutting the door behind me. Is Cassie here? Still at work, she tells me over her shoulder as she leads the way into the kitchen. Really, that's late. Private instruction has to fit in with clients. Ren, you took your time, Cheryl says annoyingly. I'm not sure I could have gone much faster, I mutter. Can you carry those to the table? She nods at the serving dishes containing roast potatoes, carrots, and peas. Dad and Bailey are discussing which bottle of wine to open. I feel as though I've walked in on a family dinner, someone else's family dinner. I try to ignore this feeling as I take the dishes into the adjoining dining room. There are four place settings at the table, although there's a leaf that can be added to C8. I remember this from past dinner parties. Right now it's in a 6 configuration, and 2 of the spare chairs have been removed from the table and pushed up against a wall. Since I arrived, I sat to Dad's left and Cheryl has sat opposite me, with Dad in between us at the head of the table. But now there's a 4th setting at the other end opposite him. I place the vegetables on the heat-proof mats that have already been laid out and hesitate, my old insecurities rearing up. Take a seat, Ren, Cheryl commands, appearing with the roast chicken. Dad and Bailey come through, Bailey still chattering away as she opens a bottle of red wine and begins to pour some into Dad's and Cheryl's wine glasses. I hover at the end of the table. Ren, Bailey asks, proffering the bottle. Sure, I reply, pulling out the chair opposite Dad. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my pronunciation. I literally can't pronounce a single word. What is wrong with me today? Like, even yesterday. Oh my god. She decants wine into my empty glass and goes down to sit down on Dad's left. Although the chairs have been spaced out along the table, the gap between me and Cheryl and Bailey is much wider than the gap between them and Dad. A feeling comes over me of being out of my own, separate from this part of my family, as if I'm not really a part of this family at all. I can't help withdrawing into myself after that. I'm not sure anyone notices. Bailey and Cheryl keep the conversation flowing as they always do. Later on, Cheryl and Dad are having their opening day on Saturday, so I spend the next few days helping to get the farm ready for its first customers. The previous owners had a shop inside the black barn. Everything came included with the sale, from the cash register to the scales for weighing the fruit, and even the large sack of wicker baskets that customers used to carry their produce from tree to barn. I set about giving the interior of the barn a good clean. I sweep the floor, decobweb the wooden walls, and dust and wash the shelves and countertops. I wipe down the baskets, and I also attack the cash register with a sponge and disinfect. It's Thursday and I've been here a week. It's not panning out to be the most relaxing holiday of all time, but I've liked keeping busy and going to bed with aching muscles and tired eyes. I keep hoping that all the hard work will help me switch off at night. Because ever since Sunday, I've taken to lying awake in bed, thinking about Scott. After our roast dinner, I asked Bailey if she was planning on taking any leftovers home to Cassie, and she remarked that I'd make a better married woman than she does. Sorry. I just ate cereal, and I'm pretty sure anybody who eat cereal, it makes them burp, and it's making me burp. Cheryl noticed me wincing and chided Bailey for being insensitive, but it took my half-sister a moment to realize how she offended me. Once the penny dropped, she apologized, but that night, the pain of losing Scott felt fresh and raw. The last time I visited America, he came with me, and I never felt less alone. He was on my side, in my corner, squeezing my knee, or surreptitiously, whatever, raising an eyebrow whenever Cheryl drove me around the bend. It was during the holiday that I realized he was someone I could spend my life with, someone I can depend on. It's still sinking in that he'll never be with me again. When I come to visit this side of my family. And then yesterday, I got a call from our florist, chasing me to the deposit for our wedding flowers. Scott promised he'd taken care of canceling everything, and I took him up on that offer, figuring it would hurt him less than it would hurt me. I handed over my wedding planning folder and left him to it, but forgot to add the florist's details, having to endure her pity when she learned the another word I can't pronounce had fallen through was like suffering a physical blow. I walked past the florist in Bury St. Edmunds countless times before I came away. It had a big bucket of sunflowers sitting on the ground outside. The memory of them prompts a flashback to our camper van holiday through France, Spain, and Portugal last summer. Scott and I were in France, driving alongside a field of sunflowers. All the blooms in the field were facing away from us except one. And I noticed this at the same moment as Scott, who turned to me, letting go of the wheel for a couple of seconds to do jazz hands on me. I cracked up laughing at his impression of that flower. I'm smiling now too, but then I remember that Nadalin? Like, not Nadalin, but the other name, gets to laugh at his jokes these days, not me. His new girlfriend's name, basically. Well, that was the end of chapter 8. I hope it wasn't... Oh, it was like 10 minutes. Okay. Now we're on to 11 minutes. It says on my computer, because I am filming on my computer. But that was the end of chapter... What was it? Chapter 8? Yeah, it was chapter 8, right? Yeah, chapter 8. I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment. I can't say that enough. Subscribe also, and then share. But when you subscribe, please turn on the notifications, because that will apply pressure to me to upload, because I'm very inconsistent. I don't know what it is with me, that I have this thing around in the back of my mind where, like, I think the world isn't gonna end, so I push back my editing for another day, and I'm like, okay, I'm good, but no. You guys are still waiting for another video of mine to be uploaded, but sadly that is not happening. But right now it is, because I've been on a roll and I've really enjoying, right now I've really been enjoying editing and just filming for you guys and stuff like that, so it's really nice. But yeah, enough of that. Hope you guys have a good day, or had a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good night. I don't know your time zone. Bye guys, I'll see you another day. Peace.